All right, y'all seem to like last month's top 10 bestsellers. So I'm back with this month's, well, it's technically last month's, but you know what I'm saying. It's the top 15 bestsellers this month. I thought we would add a few more to make sure we cover multiple categories for those of you who are perhaps more into one category than the other. So without further ado, let's get into it. And I'm going to share with you guys your favorite, your top 15. These are based on sort of the back end analytics where I can see what y'all are clicking on, what you guys are buying and loving of the things that I have shared. So grab your drink. I've got my liquid IV today, not coffee. Grab your drink and let's go. Right, first up, no surprise, the Dead Sea Water Mineral Hand Cream that I shared with you guys. And this was shared with me by my friend Sarah from our Tribe of Many. Y'all have loved it as well. It is the best hand cream. I'm not gonna put it on right now because I'm gonna pick up stuff. But it is the best hand cream, the perfect thing to put in your glove box, in your purse, in your diaper bag, in your desk drawer, any place that you find yourself wanting to or needing to apply hand cream. This is perfect. I'm telling you, I love this stuff so much. And so do y'all. There are lots of you who recommended other products from this brand as well as other variations of this Dead Sea Water Mineral line. It smells amazing. Next to that, in terms of products like this, I'll try to kind of, like I said, keep these in categories as best I can, is this blush / bronzer that I shared with you guys. This is from Merit Beauty and it's in the shade Fox. I shared this in a video that I did about some tips to look more awake and alive when you are a tired mom. And one of the things is that I really like using cream products. I feel like they settle into the fine lines and wrinkles less. But one of the other things is that I really love this product because it is kind of a dual purpose. It acts as a blush and a bronzer for me. It just because of the tone of it and the shade of it, and I love that. It's very quick, especially on days which is most days that I wear very minimal makeup. I just do a little bit of concealer, maybe some mascara, and away we go. I absolutely adore this. I got it in like a sample pack, so that's why it's the smaller size, but you can just buy the full size of this one. There's another one that's darker than this, so if you're worried because you're not as pale as me, there's another shade that's darker than this that's beautiful. I believe it's called Persimmon. I have it in the sample pack. When I have more of a tan, I'll probably try that one, but for right now, this one is perfect. Also, in that video, I shared these Lumify Drops. I really like these. I obviously do not use these every day, but I was very happy to see that lots of y'all like them too and are trying them. And these basically, you get like the little red blood vessels show in your eyes and stuff, and it just kind of makes you look eyes bloodshot and tired. These kind of get rid of that. I laughed to myself after I made that video because I thought, I bet you there's a different purpose that people like to use these for to remove redness from their eyes, but I didn't even think about that. It's great for tired moms too though, so y'all really liked these and a number of you guys already use them and love them too, but they were in the top sellers, and it's something that I use usually like if I'm just feeling really tired, run down, I feel like I look as tired as I feel. Sometimes I'll use them before filming. I didn't today, but sometimes I will do that as well. But they're really nice. Like if you got to show up to church on Sunday and you know that you are just feeling haggard from the weekend, but you want to look fresh and friendly, these are great. Okay, the next thing that was in the top sellers, which I'm not surprised at all and very happy for, is this visual timer. I love this thing. I got it for my kids, but I find that I use it just as much for myself as I do for my kids. If you are working on being like better at using chunks of your time, this is really great to set this kind of timer for yourself. If you want to, I don't know, work on a decluttering project or something and you want to work for 15 or 20 minutes in one room, this is a really great way to not have to constantly pick up your phone and look at it to see how much time you have left, because then sometimes you'll see notifications and that'll distract you, but also just the visual timer part of it, because you can just glance up and see how much of the red or whatever color, because this comes in multiple colors, but how much of the red you have left, and it'll help you visually to see how much time you have left to work on said project, which is great again for kids, but also for people like me who are very easily distracted. So I was very excited to see that that made the top list this month, because I think it's very, very helpful. I know it's been so helpful for me, and I think it will be helpful for many of you guys too. Okay, next up, it was kind of surprising because I think I shared about this a while ago. The skirt pants hangers that I shared about in my closet decluttering video and also in my closet organization products video. I love that hanger. It hangs them in sort of like a layered effect down so that you can put like skirts together, maybe by color or weight, if you have like some of the silky ones or more of like flowy maxi ones, but it also helps it to not take up so much space in your closet. I was surprised to see that on the top sellers because I hadn't talked about it in a while, but there it was. And then that made me realize that I needed to share this with you guys because this is sort of its sister. And this is for like, it's technically, I think on Amazon they list it as like for hanging up bras. I don't hang up my bras. Maybe I should. This is for, in my mind, this is for tank tops. But visually, I need to see things. If things are stuffed away in drawers or in the back of a closet or folded and put away, my brain forgets that I have it, that it exists. So I love this because it allows me to hang up like my different tank tops and stuff, but to keep them in a way that you can kind of see them all, but keep them together, only taking up this much space in your closet, which is fabulous because you can still see them, but they're not taking up the width. So anyways, that's a follow-up to the pants skirt hanger because I feel like it's just as practical and useful. And if you're the kind of person that really likes the skirt organization, I think you'll like that too, even if you want to use it for bras, tank tops, sports bras, whatever. Speaking of, the other item that was actually, I think I shared about it in that same video, is this lightweight aluminum step ladder. I adore this thing. Okay, number one, it takes what is normally an ugly object in your house, which is a step ladder, and makes it pretty. I keep mine in my closet, but I also pull it out for home projects and stuff like that inside. Not always. Sometimes I'll go get my big like Gorilla ladder. But if I'm just trying to change a light bulb or do something I can do quickly, it's not super messy, then I use this step ladder. And I really like it because it's sturdy, but it's lightweight. It's aluminum. It's lightweight. I think you can get 2 or 3 steps. And again, it comes in like a chrome, a bronze, coppery color, a rose gold. It comes in multiple like finishes. But it's just I hate to say like aesthetically pleasing, beautiful ladder. That sounds really ridiculous, but it is, and it's nice. And if you have a space that you've taken all of this time to like make nice and you've organized your closet and everything, just pulling out this rickety old ladder with paint on it and stuff is sometimes like, oh, so it's kind of nice. And if you need to be able to leave it out, maybe due to space, you need to leave it out or more accessible. Especially if you got like the 2-step one for the kitchen, maybe if you're a shorty and you need to be able to reach cabinets, or you have that for your kids to be able to reach cabinets, to be able to put dishes away and stuff like that. For what it is, I really like it, and obviously a bunch of y'all did too because it made the top sellers. Okay, next up, my Negeti knockoff handbag. I shared with you guys last month the kind of orangey red one, and I can't tell exactly what colors y'all purchased, but a bunch of you guys purchased them, and I love these handbags. This one is in the tan color. I think I'm gonna pull this out and start carrying this one again too. I adore these bags. The Negeti bags are hundreds of dollars, $200, $300, $400. And these are dupes inspired by versions of those bags for much, much, much less money. They have various sizes of them, lots of different color options to choose from. If you're a neutral gal, they've got like black and this tan color. I think they even have like a white and stuff, or to me this is like fawn color. They have lots of neutral options, but they also have bold options, like a beautiful Kelly green and then sort of that fiery orangey red one that I got. They all come with the little pouch bag inside of them, which I use and love to organize, like to keep like lipsticks and mints and stuff like that in, so that you're not just tossing things down into the abyss of a bag like this. And you could obviously put like a bag organizer in it, but full of receipts. Pretend you didn't see that. So this was a top seller, and it was no surprise to me because I feel like those Negeti bags are popular for a reason, but they are also pricey. And so when you can get something that looks very, very similar, it's not exactly the same material, but it's very similar for a fraction of the price. It's a good deal. And I love mine, and obviously y'all are loving them too. See, this is the matching like little zipper pouch that you can just store stuff in. The bags all come with these. So I have like an orangey red one that goes in that bag and a tan one that goes in the tan bag. Next up, didn't surprise me at all, but it was just funny. it's my gardening overalls, my favorite Duluth gardening overalls. And they had a sale. I don't know if it's still going on, but I shared about it with you guys. I don't even think in a video, I think I shared about it on Instagram. These are my favorite, okay? And every time I wear them, I get asked about them, whether I share it on Instagram stories or in an Instagram post or just out in public. I get asked about these overalls anytime I wear them. They are so comfortable. They are sort of this lightweight material that's nice and breathable for when it's very, very hot. I have them in multiple colors and I love them. I love them so much. They are my go-to when I am working outside and trying to get things done. I love that they have a zipper pocket in the front so that if I'm bending over in the garden or whatever, or with the animals, nothing falls out. My phone doesn't fall out. I can put my AirPods in there or whatever and nothing falls out. It's just always nice to have pockets, okay? I feel like as women, we often end up with clothing that just doesn't have pockets, and these overalls are fabulous. And obviously y'all felt the same way because you ordered the heck out of them. So the Duluth gardening overalls are the bee's knees. The next item, this one surprised me a bit, I will be honest with you, is my straw hat that I shared, my Panama hat. And I think part of the reason that y'all loved it as much as I do is that they come in sizes. Most hats like this are one size fits all, but this Panama hat comes in like small, medium, large size options and some different colors. So if you don't want the super light Panama hat, you can get a medium tone, a little bit darker, and then there's some other completely different color options. But it's the perfect summer hat for wearing to the pool, to the zoo, just outside working in the yard or whatever. It's always nice to have a hat on and keep the sun off your face. And I love this hat, and obviously y'all felt the same way. And I think because I've shared about stuff like that before, and it's not like the thing that people are like, oh yes, I have to order hats, because a lot of people don't like to wear hats. A lot of women especially don't love hats. If you felt like, I don't like to wear hats, I just feel like you're kind of sheepish about it and you feel like you look weird or something, I'm telling you, half of the battle of wearing hats is the confidence to wear the hat. As I think I said in that video, you have to wear the hat and not let the hat wear you. So if you can have the confidence to wear the hat, then you can wear any dang hat you want to. But I do think that sometimes people feel that way because, especially when it comes like one size fits all hats, it's not true, right? If you've got a bigger noggin, then most of those things don't fit you, and you can just tell. You're like, this looks goofy. If it fits you properly, but I love hats. Keep the sun out of your face, which is very important. That's like a gnat in here. It's very important for us ladies as we age. Try to keep the sun off, you know. We don't want to get skin cancer on our faces. My grandmother had skin cancer and my grandfather on their noses. And they both had my grandma specifically had like a chunk of her nose that had to be removed. So I like to try to keep the sun off my face. A couple more things in like the clothing department that made the top 15 for this video list. And one of them was this white scuba knit hoodie sweatshirt from Amazon. This is like a dupe knockoff for, I can't remember if the sweatshirt is an Aloe or a Lululemon, but that's how I came across this sweatshirt, was from someone recommending it as like a dupe or an inspired by kind of thing. It has like a slightly different feel to it. It's not like a cotton. It has like, I don't know, like a smoother look to it. It looks more pulled together, I guess, than maybe a traditional cotton sweatshirt would. And I love it. I mean, obviously like a white sweatshirt is very crisp looking anyways, but with the hood and everything, it's very classy. It's very spring summery for a sweatshirt as much as one can be. But it's also very comfortable, and that's why I like it the most. The next clothing item, and this has made the list for a couple months now since I shared about it basically, is this black dress. I'll just briefly touch on it because I talked about it last month, but it made the list again, and I think y'all are loving it as much as I am. It's a beautiful, beautiful dress. I only have it in black, so I can't speak to the other colors, but it is so classy and it looks much more expensive than it actually is. It can be dressed up or dressed down. It's an absolute, will probably make the all-time favorites of mine from Amazon. It is so just easy to wear, easy to throw on, going on vacation, resort wear, like whatever, or just, I don't care, taking your kids to school, throw it on sandals, put on the Panama hat with it. It's such an easy to wear item. That can be dressed up a little bit more or can be dressed down to be more casual, and the material is beautiful. I absolutely adore it, and so many of y'all do too. Okay, the next thing, again, this has made the top list for months, so I'm just going to be very brief about it, but it continually is like one of the #1 sellers that y'all buy through my links, and that is the artificial tulips from Amazon. I love them. I sing their praises so often that I feel like I don't really need to go into much more detail, but they are beautiful. They are very lifelike. They feel very real. They have a texture to them. They have lots of different colors. I usually order 2 packs for a vase. Because I like it to be a little bit more full, but they feel and look very real, and they've been on the bestsellers list for months and months for me. So the Laura Ashley light blue bedding that I shared, obviously you'll see that the bedding has changed a bit. We did get some different summery bedding in this fun green color, but the Laura Ashley bedding quilt, I love that thing so much. I still have it. It's folded up. I'll probably honestly use it just to switch back and forth on my bed, especially when kids stain my beds or dogs get up here and get their dirty paws, or my husband spills chocolate ice cream in our bed. So I'll keep switching between it. But when I did my room makeover a little while ago, that was the bedding that was on there, and lots of y'all loved it too. It made the top sellers, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's simple, but classy and pretty, and goes with like almost any decor. I was not surprised to see that that made the top sellers as well. And the last thing is the green and white beach bag, mom bag that I shared with you guys. I was not surprised to see this on the bestseller list either. It's such a fabulous bag. I will be packing it up and taking it with me on our trip to Florida. I love this thing. It holds so much. It's lightweight. There's a bunch of different color options again, but I love the green and white stripe. And it's the perfect, like I said, like mom bag, go into the water park or the splash pad or the beach or whatever. Maybe, I mean, you might not want to take it like onto the beach. You'll probably get a lot of sand in it, but just even as like a diaper bag, travel bag, it's just great. I used it for myself for a weekend trip, and I could fit everything in it. It holds so much, deceivingly more than it looks like it would. And it's a beautiful bag at a great price point. So I wasn't surprised to see that on the bestseller list either. The very last thing is the pastel paint pins. These are so fun. I got these a little while ago, and they're just really fun if you like artsy fartsy things. My kids and I love artsy fartsy things, and while we're doing read alouds or other school stuff, we're all always like just doodling and stuff. And in my homeschool planner, I love to like draw out like the outline of like flowers or a little scene or something, and then I'll fill them in with my little paint pens. These are just really fun. They come in a bunch of different, I have the pastel ones, but they come in a bunch of different color sets, so you can get more bold colors or you can get all the colors. I liked the pastel ones for spring, but they're really fun. So if you're into artsy fartsy stuff, or your kids are into artsy fartsy stuff, obviously a lot of you are, because lots of you guys purchase them. So they're really fun. I got like the pastel colored pencils for my kids in their Easter baskets. These I do let my kids use, but only when I'm present, because I have to protect them, because they are paint pens. So I don't want to just like let the kids loose with them. They're definitely like a mom or a mom supervised thing, but I love them, and so did many of y'all. All right, you guys, that is it for me. I hear my kids, I hear the jingle bells of the door. My kids are coming in from playing outside, and I'm certain that I'm about to get a knock on this door. So I'm gonna wrap this up. That is it for today's video. That's the top 15 of y'all's favorites. It's the things the community has said yay to. So if you were on the fence about something you heard me talk about before, hopefully maybe having a little bit of validation from the community that it's a worth purchasing product will help you make that decision. So anyways, that is it for me, y'all, and I will see you guys again very soon. Bye.